Okay, so here's the start of Masters Heat 1. And as I said, I qualified on pole, and I managed to get a good start here. Chris Studfield on the outside didn't really come up alongside, so that was good for me. And you can see I've got a bit of a gap already, which is really good, and you can see Dad's got his camera out today, so I didn't have a rear camera because I had a problem with my camera mount. It flew off in practice, so I'm without a rear camera. And not the actual camera, but just the housing flew off. And look at the gap I've got already. So it's me, it's Chris Studfield, Daniel Tilley, and then Rob Baldacchino, Marco, Shane, Bob Barnes, David Wood, and Steve Aldis. And just switching to the on the cart footage here from the first corner so we can see it. There we go, so about the same. So they're keeping up pace with me, so it looks like Chris and Daniel are really going fast this event. I don't know them very well. I believe they've been racing in different categories, but yeah, this is the first time I think that I've seen them in Masters. And first heat, I felt really comfortable. You can see it looks so smooth on the in-cart footage here. And I had done some practice on Thursday and Friday, the 2 days before, so I was feeling pretty comfortable in the kart at this point. We had a qualifying session in the morning as well, and I had about 2 or 3 tenths on everybody else, I think, so I was feeling pretty comfortable. I didn't feel the need to have to look behind me, which was good. And what's really exciting is that this is exactly what I wanted to happen in terms of, we've been running the Rotax for 2.5 years, and you know, I'd had some good results, but I always struggled on the straight. But now with this X30 that I've had for the last couple of races, and the newer X6.2 chassis, it just shows you the difference. I'm pretty much comparing to my old data, I'm at least 0.3 of a second faster than I used to be. So you can see the difference, because I've basically got 2 or 3 tenths on them as well. So whereas before I was neck and neck with the leaders, now I've got a comfortable advantage, so it's really good. And just coming up over the hill there, you can see it looks easy, but you don't want to go too hard into there because it's very easy to slip on the side of the curb. And through here, it's just about keeping it tight, going over that curb on the left-hand side, and then getting on the power as early as you can, obviously, for the hairpin. And then through here, again, it's all just about keeping it smooth. Like, you can see how little movement there is on the steering wheel. And through here, there's a huge bump on the inside, which kind of makes you kind of fly for a nanosecond. But yeah, just trying to keep it as smooth as possible. It's so tempting to brake deeper into that first corner, but it always ends up having a problem. Also into there, I barely brake at all. I'm literally just like launching into the corner as I come off the throttle. And right through there, it's like, again, yeah, you want to hit that curb, not go in too hard. And then here, I'm going more and more over that left-hand curb these days because there's a bit of time there. And over that curb as well. Then you can see the slowest corner on the course. Just keeping it as smooth as possible. Oh, it looks like I'm braking so early there, but any deeper and you start to run a little bit wide, so it's a bit of a deceptive corner, that one. There we go. You can see Chris and Dan are getting a little bit close and they're fighting, so that's going to help me get away, obviously, because as soon as somebody's behind you, it's very easy to start to think about them. And I can't hear any commentary on this, but the thing I love about this side kart camera angle is all the commentary, because it's like a stadium atmosphere at the Oakleigh Go-Kart Club, and when people are watching, it's a really incredible atmosphere from the side. So I don't get to experience that when I'm in the kart, obviously, so it's really good to see that on the footage. You can just hear those rear wheels squealing as I go into the first corner. Oh, that was quick going through there. And this corner is amazing. Like, you have to kind of come off the throttle a little bit, otherwise you go off. But you want to get on the power as soon as possible. In all of those corners, actually. really kind of just jabbing at it as soon as you can. And there we go. Oh, see, I'm going wide there, which is not good. I was getting a little bit of understeer in the kart. And at this point, I didn't really know how close anybody was behind me. I was just thinking, just keep it smooth, just try to get that lap. And I think my best was still a 45 flat, so I didn't do any better than my qualifying time in this race. There we go. Again, I just slide it through there. I barely brake at all. And I've got about 3 seconds, or maybe 2 or 3 seconds on second, so that's pretty good. Keeping it nice and tidy on that curb. Hopefully jumping over that left one. And then not too bad around that hairpin too. This is about 9 AM in the morning as well, so it's a beautiful day on this event. And just listen to the ambience. I love the sound as they go up to the top corner. And that is the end. Yay! Okay, heat 2, and you can see here Chris has got a better start than I did this time, and he was a little bit close, and I thought I could go a bit deeper, but I didn't want to have an accident because he was quite close, so I let him go a bit. And in this race, I had a bit of an interesting situation. I was thinking before the start of the race that I need to change my visor because it was getting quite bright, and you can just see that there in the corner of the frame. And actually what happened is as I put my visor down on the first lap, the spring came out, and so my visor was flapping all over the place. Oh, I went off on that corner there, so I lost the closeness. So definitely not close enough into this corner. So he's a little bit too far away for me to get him, I think. But yeah, so anyway, I'm getting a bit distracted from the visor, which is flapping around everywhere. But still trying to line up Chris, and I believe it's Dan behind me. Dad's footage didn't work in this heat, unfortunately, so we're just stuck with the in-kart footage. Getting pretty close here, and look at that, pretty much exactly the same through there. We're not really kind of gaining or losing there. A little bit better. See, there you go. So I'm a bit tighter into this corner, which helps me a lot, and then I'm really tight through here because I'm keeping it nice and tight, and then jumping over the curb. He did, I didn't, but I still got a really nice entry there, and you can see he's gone a little bit wide, so that's given me, I think, close enough. So you can see the closer you are, the more the slipstream works. So I'm gaining a kart length on him there. And then, I think he's hesitated a little bit because I got a run. And good on him, gentlemen. He let me through, which was nice. Because he could have probably cut me off there if he wanted to be really hard about it. But he was very fair, so that was good. And in this race, I mean, I can't see behind me, but I don't know what it was, but I just really couldn't get away from him. I was really struggling a little bit, so... as much as I tried, I had to keep being defensive to keep him behind me. And also, you got to remember too, when someone's right behind you, they do get a little bit of a slipstream. So on this straight, they're probably going to get 2 or 3 kart lengths in terms of not as much wind resistance. And I knew that he was close, so I was kind of trying to duck to the right there so I could block him off. And fortunately, he didn't come up on the outside, so I know that he can't have been that close. Oh, over that curb, you've got to be really careful. If you go too much on that, you can slide off. And you can see when I go through there, I'm really jumping on the throttle as much as I can, but the back was stepping out. Trying to go over that curb, didn't reach it. And then this one, you just kind of roll it in and then just try to be really gentle with the throttle. Over the curb. Yeah, I feel like, the last corner wasn't too bad, but got to get on the throttle as soon as you can. Again, it's really hard to tell here how close he is, but... Oh, that was nice. Yeah, so I go straight to the right because I must have seen him somewhere. Can't see him. Oh, was that him on the outside? I'm not sure. He might have been close that time, but fortunately we've got the inside. And through here, you'll never pass through here. If you don't make any mistakes, it's very difficult. That was a good one. And let's see if I get the curb. There we go. Over the curb there. And I should get over the curb on this left-hand one. Yep. Just touched it. And then just, you can see when it gets to the top of the hill there, it really kind of jolts. And it's very easy to lose traction. Oh, super close to that white line. There we go, straight to the right-hand side because I don't know where he is. Oh, there we go. So it's almost like it's sliding from the front and the rear at the same time when I go through that corkscrew. And as I said, you don't want to be too quick going into that corner, going up the hill. And being able to turn there and get over that curb is really helpful. It looks so calm and relaxed, actually, because the funny thing is when you're in the kart and you're in the lead, you don't really know where everybody else is, so it's actually kind of relaxing sometimes. Oh, geez, that was a bit tight. But yeah, really slinging it through there. There we go, I had to jump at the throttle a few times. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. Yeah, I think I'm driving well within my limits here. I'm not trying to go too fast, I think. But I was a little bit slower in this heat for some reason. I think I had a similar lap time, maybe a 45.1, but yeah, Chris Dudfield was quicker in this heat, and I think we're going to get a little bit of footage of the final lap. See, I'm taking a tight line again, but I'm just not making a mistake, so it's very difficult for him to find out. Oh, here we go. So this is the final lap that Dad managed to get the camera sorted for, and you can see how close he is. You can hear the commentators. So yeah, unless he can get me on the straight, I think it's going to be very difficult for him to catch me. Or to actually get past, I mean.
There is a fight developing here between the 44 Volcino and the 7 Ventura. They're currently fighting for the 4th spot.
There we go, pretty good into the hairpin, so it's all good, I think. I don't think he's going to catch me, although he's really close. But not enough to get alongside, I think. Because it's flat out all the way through there. And there we go. Managed to get the win for the second heat, thank God.
This kart today. And she's going to look to repeat her performance from August when she won this event in full. So she's going to go and get win number 2, and that's a very comfortable